Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2 of Marvel's new TV show and their debut on Disney Plus called WandaVision. There are no spoilers in this video. Also, before we get into it, if you guys are not already subscribed, make sure to do so. It would help me out a lot and I'd love if you guys could do it. I will be posting these episode reviews every single Friday morning. I did wake up early today to watch the show, prep for this video, and record this video so I can get it out to you guys as soon as possible. Hey guys, WandaVision is Disney Plus's new show, as I mentioned before. It's about Wanda and Vision and them kind of living in a sitcom reality. Now, that is one of the first things I want to talk about in this review / thoughts on the episodes, is that they go with this sitcom flow so well, and what you see in the trailer is what you're actually going to be getting. Don't be fooled by the fact that you might think that other shows do this thing where they show a trailer to kind of fool the audience into watching the first few episodes. In this show, it's actually a sitcom. They don't ever break out of that sitcom style. Now, I did not have that privilege of getting to watch episodes 1 through 3 like the other reviewers did. Obviously, my channel's not too big yet, but I did get to watch episodes 1 and 2 this morning, and what I can say is that it ended very abruptly. And I feel like I'm gonna touch on the ending a little more later, and obviously I'm not gonna spoil anything, so don't worry about that. So yeah, basically the first thing I did want to talk about was how it resembles a sitcom. As I said before, they do follow kind of that structure in the trailer that they showed. It's very abrupt, very random, but everything is somehow cohesive. There's a lot going on, but there's enough that you can piece together to actually make it entertaining for yourself. I really like this show so far because it kind of shows that Marvel can kind of step outside of their comfort zone and not make those generic, or not generic, but you know, their assembling movies are the only ones that are really different. I feel like their solo movies are pretty generic when it comes to overall storyline, but this show really breaks the barriers, and I really like that Marvel is kind of improving and moving in this new direction, because I feel like this is not just good for Marvel but for the fans as well. Because I feel like one of the biggest gripes with Marvel is that they kind of recycle the same type of storyline with just new characters and new powers, because that's what a lot of comic book movies do. But in this show, you can tell that they're genuinely doing something new and that they kind of found a way to perfect it so far. The next thing I want to talk about is the intrigue that this show brings. From the moment that you start episode 1 to the moment that you end episode 2, I was always locked in. And as I said before, this show is pretty messy in terms of not knowing what is going on. And I feel like in that case, the show does keep me personally intrigued. But I feel like other people might not latch on to that feeling. And I want to talk about more of that later on in this video. One thing that I realized in this show was that it starts off so randomly for us, because the last time we saw Wanda, she was literally like yelling and like screaming and battling Thanos over Vision being dead. And now they're in a sitcom reality, black and white, everything's preppy and peppy and happy, and there's like nothing like wrong, like everything is going super well in their lives. The timeline doesn't really make sense. But once you realize that it's not only random for you, that it's also random for the characters, you can tell later on in the show, like, so as you keep moving forward, that everything starts to piece together. I don't want to say anything specific because, again, I don't want to spoil it for you. I think one part of the big intrigue is that you think you know everything that's going on, and then they throw 10 more things at you to comprehend while the show is still going. I want to go back to the part before where I said that this show is like something brand new Marvel has done. I think that is 100% factual, and another reason that kind of connects to that is that there are no connections to this show. You can't piece together other stuff from other older Marvel projects to kind of make stuff in this show make sense. I really like that they're kind of embracing this whole show aspect of it so far. There's no way that like you can actually be like, oh, I watched these other Marvel movies, so I'll get it. Whether you've watched the Marvel movies or you haven't, it's still going to be very broad for you right now, and you're not going to understand it. Maybe if you're like super into Marvel stuff, you might be able to piece stuff together, but I'm personally pretty into Marvel, and I have no idea what's going on. Actually, I take that back. I have a slight idea as to what's going on. I just don't know like 100% because I'm still piecing stuff together, and they just keep throwing more stuff at you. I'm super excited to see kind of Marvel go in this new direction of building something up in the trailer, showing us exactly what they gave us in the trailer, but then again adding more pieces to kind of blow our expectations even further. This show shows us so many new things, and it's only been 2 episodes. I'm excited to see what they keep building up. But the last thing I want to talk about is my biggest issue with this show, and I think it'll be the biggest issue for a lot of people. Actually, it's not that big of an issue for me. I think it'll be a bigger issue for the more general audience, And that is basically that the show might not latch onto some people. Now, when I say it might not latch onto some people, I'm saying like we know enough to keep wanting to watch. I mean, personally, I want to keep watching. I cannot wait till next week's episode, and I wish I got to see episode 3 right now, because episode 2 ended on such a big cliffhanger, and I can't specify what that is again. But if you guys want me to do a spoiler review, I can do that. I would love to talk more about it. But yeah, going back to the latching on thing, I don't think that there's enough things for the audience to connect to in this show that makes us want to keep coming back. Now, for example, All American is not some sort of critically acclaimed show, but it keeps bringing people back because of the cliffhangers at the end of every episode. Now, in this episode, there's cliffhangers, but we have no idea what each of these cliffhangers mean. And I feel like that is going to kind of unlatch audiences and kind of make a lot of people not want to come back the next week. I mean, they might come back like at the very end when everything's done and they can watch it together. And honestly, I think that Marvel should have released this show all at one time, or maybe in like 2 separate parts, 3 episodes and then another 3 episodes. I think it's 6. Is it 6 episodes? No, it's 9. It has to be 9 episodes. I think they're going to split. Yeah, I think it's 9. If they keep splitting it, like maybe in chunks of 3, of 3 episodes at a time, 3 different times, and like maybe like every other week or something, I feel like that would work a lot better. Or maybe every week. That would be a lot better for me too, because as of right now, I'm loving the show, but I could see why other people might not want to come back the next week, or they're not really pushed to come back and they might want to watch it at the very end when all the episodes are there for them to watch together, because then they can actually piece stuff together and everything can actually make sense for them. And yeah guys, that's basically it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like rating down below. I know I couldn't go into too much detail, but these are my broad thoughts on the new 2 episodes of WandaVision. I'll be posting my thoughts on episode 3 for WandaVision next Friday at 8:30 in the morning. If you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure to do that and turn notifications on so you get notified whenever these videos get posted. Again, thanks for watching the video. Like the video if you enjoyed. As always, thanks so much for watching. Peace.